Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when we must make a decision, not just for the sake of survival, but for the sake of our destiny. Life is not about how much you endure, but about how well you discern. And one of the greatest challenges we face is dealing with those who seek to control, manipulate, and diminish us. Narcissists. These are individuals who thrive on power, who feed off attention, and who find pleasure in making others feel small. But today, I want to tell you something profound. The greatest weapon you have against a narcissist is not argument, not compromise, not even revenge. It is walking away. Walking away is not weakness, it is wisdom. Walking away is not defeat, it is deliverance. Because when you walk away, you do something that breaks a narcissist like nothing else. You strip them of control. You remove their supply. You break the chains they have tried to place on your mind, your emotions, and your spirit. And in doing so, you step into a new realm of power, freedom, and destiny. But you must understand the dynamics of this battle. You must know why walking away is the most powerful choice you can make. Today I will share with you 7 key revelations that will not only empower you, but transform the way you see yourself and the relationships you allow in your life. These truths will give you the strength to stand firm, to reclaim your peace, and to walk boldly into the future you were meant to have. Walking away destroys their control. Control is the heartbeat of a narcissist. They survive on the ability to dictate how others feel, think, and respond. When you are in their grip, they control your mind with confusion, your emotions with manipulation, and your actions with fear. But the moment you walk away, something shifts in the atmosphere. Suddenly, the strings they were pulling fall limp. The power they had vanishes because it was never real. It was only sustained by your participation. You must understand that a narcissist cannot control what they do not have access to. If you are no longer reachable, they are no longer powerful. Their words no longer pierce because you are no longer listening. Their schemes no longer work because you are no longer responding. This is why walking away is not just an exit, it is a revolution. It is a declaration that their rule over your life has ended. The greatest mistake people make with narcissists is thinking they can change them. You cannot change a person who refuses to see their own flaws. You cannot heal a person who is committed to deception. The only way to win is to step out of the game completely. And that begins with walking away. Some may say, but if I walk away, they will come after me. Yes, they might. They may try to pull you back. They may use guilt, anger, or even kindness as bait. But when you understand your worth, you will not be moved by temporary tactics. You will stand firm, knowing that every step away from them is a step toward yourself. This is why walking away is so powerful. It doesn't just remove you from the situation, it removes their ability to dictate your reality. And once their control is broken, they are left with nothing but their own emptiness. Walking away forces them to face their emptiness. Narcissists are experts at avoiding themselves. They use people as mirrors to reflect an image they want to believe about themselves, but when you walk away, the mirror shatters and they are left staring into the void of their own emptiness. One of the most terrifying experiences for a narcissist is solitude. They cannot stand to be alone. because alone they are forced to confront the truth about who they are. When you walk away, you remove their ability to escape into another person. They no longer have someone to project onto, to blame, to manipulate. And without that, they are lost. Some people feel guilty for leaving a narcissist, thinking, what if they suffer? But hear me clearly. Their suffering is not your responsibility. Their emptiness is not your burden to carry. If they were truly willing to change, they would have done so when you were present. Your absence simply forces them to confront what they have long avoided. Walking away is not just about you, it is about truth. It forces a narcissist to see themselves in the rawest form, and most cannot handle that. That is why they panic, why they try to hoover you back into their world, but you must not return. Because the moment you do, they will rebuild the illusion and you will find yourself trapped once again. Let them face their emptiness. Let them deal with the void they have created. It is not cruelty, it is justice. Walking away protects your identity. Your identity is the foundation of your life. It is who you are, what you stand for, and what you were created to be. A narcissist's goal is to erode that foundation. They do this by distorting your perception of yourself, making you doubt your worth, and slowly replacing your sense of identity with their version of you. If you stay in their presence long enough, you start to forget who you were before they came into your life. Walking away is not just a physical departure, it is a spiritual, emotional, and mental reclaiming of yourself. When you walk away, you take back your voice, you take back your dignity, you take back the pieces of yourself that they try to rewrite. And in doing so, you begin the process of restoration. Many people don't realize how much of themselves they've lost until they step away from the narcissist. They don't see the full extent of the damage until they are no longer under that toxic influence. But once you walk away, you begin to recognize the lies you've been told. You start to see how much of your identity was manipulated, twisted, and controlled. A narcissist cannot stand to see you independent. They hate the idea of you thinking for yourself, making your own decisions, and defining your own worth. That is why they fight so hard to keep you entangled. But hear me clearly. Your identity is too valuable to be left in the hands of someone who seeks to destroy it. Walking away is an act of self-preservation. It is a declaration that you refuse to be reshaped by deception. And when you walk away, something miraculous happens. You begin to rediscover yourself. You start to remember the dreams you had before they convinced you they were impossible. You reconnect with the passions you abandoned because they made you feel unworthy. You reclaim the confidence they tried to steal. The moment you walk away, you take back control of your own story. And once you reclaim your identity, the narcissist loses their grip on your life forever. Walking away exposes their true powerlessness. Narcissists create an illusion of power. They present themselves as invincible, as if they hold all the control, as if your world would collapse without them. They make you believe that they are the sun and you are just a planet orbiting around their greatness. But this is the greatest lie of all. A narcissist's power only exists as long as you believe in it. The moment you walk away, that illusion shatters. Suddenly, you realize that they were never as powerful as they seemed. You see that their control was never real. It was only sustained by your participation in their game. This is why a narcissist will react so intensely when you leave. They will rage, manipulate, threaten, or even beg. Not because they love you, but because they cannot afford for you to see the truth. If you realize that they are powerless, they lose everything. And the biggest fear of a narcissist is exposure. They do not want you to see behind the curtain, to recognize their weakness, to understand that without control they are nothing. Walking away is not just an act of self-liberation, it is an act of revelation. It forces the narcissist to confront their own insignificance. They may try to replace you to find another source of control, but deep down they know they have lost something valuable because you were their lifeline. And when you cut the cord, they are left drowning in their own emptiness. But here's the beauty of it. Once you see their powerlessness, you can never unsee it. You can never again be deceived by their facade. And that realization alone is enough to set you free. Walking away ends the cycle of manipulation. Narcissistic abuse is a cycle. It follows a predictable pattern. Love bombing, devaluation, discard, and hoovering. The narcissist pulls you in with charm, then slowly begins to break you down. They make you doubt yourself. They take advantage of your kindness. And when you are at your lowest, they discard you. But then when they feel you slipping away, they try to pull you back in, only to repeat the process all over again. The only way to break this cycle is to walk away and never return. A narcissist does not change. They do not suddenly wake up and become a better person. They do not develop empathy overnight. The only thing that changes is their strategy when they sense they are losing control. This is why so many people find themselves trapped in a never-ending loop. They leave, but the narcissist lures them back in with promises of change. They say the right words, shed the right tears, and make just enough effort to convince you that this time will be different. But it never is. Because the problem was never you, it was always them. When you walk away for good, you disrupt their pattern. You refuse to be part of their cycle. You deny them the satisfaction of repeating the same game. And that is what breaks them the most. They are left without a player, without an audience, without the fuel they need to keep going. But for you, something far greater happens. You step out of the cycle and into healing. You begin to see life beyond the manipulation. You start to feel peace where there was once anxiety. You rediscover joy where there was once despair. And most importantly, you regain the ability to trust yourself again. Walking away is the ultimate act of breaking free. And once you do, you will never again allow yourself to be part of a game you were never meant to play. Walking away strengthens your inner authority. A narcissist weakens your sense of self. They make you question your own thoughts, doubt your own feelings, and second guess your own reality. Over time, you lose confidence in your own decisions. You begin to look to them for validation, approval, and direction. And that is exactly what they want, to be the master of your life. But when you walk away, you reclaim your authority. You take back the power to decide for yourself, to trust your own instincts, to lead your own life. You break free from the need for their validation and recognize that you were always enough. Something incredible happens when you step into your own authority. You become unshakable. You no longer seek permission to be yourself. You no longer shrink to fit into someone else's expectations. You walk boldly, knowing that you are complete within yourself. This newfound strength is what a narcissist fears the most, because once you realize your own authority, you become immune to their influence. They can no longer control you, manipulate you, or make you feel small. You rise above their tactics and stand firm in your truth. And the most beautiful part? This inner authority extends beyond just one relationship. It transforms the way you engage with the world. You set higher standards. You build healthier connections. And you walk in a level of confidence that cannot be shaken. Walking away is not just about leaving a narcissist. It is about stepping into the fullness of your power. And once you do, nothing and no one can take it away from you again. Walking away positions you for true freedom. Freedom is not just about escaping bondage. It is about stepping into a life of wholeness, peace, and self-respect. A narcissist will keep you trapped in emotional chains, convincing you that you are powerless without them. But the truth is, real freedom begins the moment you choose yourself over their manipulation. Walking away is the gateway to that freedom. It is the bold decision to say, I deserve better. And when you walk in that truth, you step into a life that is no longer dictated by toxicity, fear, or control. You step into a future where you are fully in charge of your own happiness. Many fear walking away because they don't know what lies ahead. But I tell you today, what lies ahead is far greater than anything you are leaving behind. Because on the other side of this decision is peace, clarity, and a life where you are finally free to be yourself. So make the choice today. Walk away and never look back.